Hi guys. Welcome to Captain Science channel. Today, I'm going to tell you a spiritual story about being contented with what we have. A great scholar of his time, Ibn Arabi, met a devout and ascetic fisherman during his trip to Tunisia. The fisherman lived in a mud hut. Every day, the fisherman took his boat out to fish. Then, he would distribute all he caught to the poor, except for a single fish head which he boiled for his own meager dinner. The fisherman became Ibn Arabi's student. After several years, he eventually became a scholar himself. He got students learning from him. One day, one of the fisherman's students is traveling to Spain. The fisherman asked his student to pay a visit to Ibn Arabi. He asked his student to seek some spiritual guidance from Ibn Arabi. When the student came to Ibn Arabi's hometown, he asked the townspeople where he can find Ibn Arabi. The townspeople pointed out a palatial mansion on top of the hill. He thought it might be a mistake for a great scholar to live with such wealth, compared to his teacher, a humble fisherman. However, when he asked other people, they pointed towards the same mansion. He made his way to the mansion. On his way up the hill, he passed cultivated lands, beautiful orchards, and herds of sheep, goats and cattle. He stopped and asked the farmers, who owned the lands, orchards and animals. All of them said the owner is Ibn Arabi. The student thought to himself, how could such a materialist be a great scholar? When he reached the mansion, the student witnessed wealth and luxury beyond his wildest dreams. The walls were made of marble. The floors were covered with expensive carpets. Even the servants wore silk. Their clothes was finer than wealthiest men and women of his village. He asked for Ibn Arabi, thinking he might have arrived at the wrong house. The servant confirms that it is Ibn Arabi's house. Ibn Arabi is out to visit the Caliph and will be back shortly. Not long after that, he saw an entourage coming towards the house. First came the elite guards, with brightly shining armor and weapons, mounted on beautiful Arabian horses. Then came Ibn Arabi, dressed in magnificent silk robes, and a turban fit for a sultan. When the student was brought to see Ibn Arabi, good-looking servants in beautiful clothes brought them coffee and cakes. Ibn Arabi's luxurious lifestyle was well beyond his reputation as a great scholar. The student relayed his fisherman teacher's request. To his surprise and indignant, Ibn Arabi told him, "Tell your master, his problem is that he is too attached to the world." When the student returned home, his teacher asked him of what he learnt from Ibn Arabi. The student was reluctant in the beginning, considering incongruence of Ibn Arabi's advice and his luxurious lifestyle compared to his teacher's frugality. The fisherman insisted, and finally the student told him what Ibn Arabi said. The fisherman broke into tears. Not because Ibn Arabi, having lived in such luxury, dares to tell him that he is too attached to the world. He knew the great scholar, Ibn Arabi, is not attached to the material wealth he has. But him, although living frugally, wished that he can have a whole fish instead the fish head, on every night. Moral of the story: be contented with what we have. Regardless whether we are rich or poor, our heart can still attach to the worldly material wealth. When we are attached to the material wealth, it is more difficult to separate us from the wealth that we have. I hope you all learned something from the story. If you like this story, you can like, share, and subscribe this channel. See you in the future stories. Bye bye.